So we just moved the sheep for the evening, and they're in the next 24 hours grass there behind me. And where I'm standing is where they were when we moved them, and where Corey's filming from is where they were the day before. So we're in the process. We just moved them into the third day's area, so this is a good time to evaluate how good a job we're doing as far as what impact we're putting on the land, how well we're feeding the sheep, if we're getting the right ratio of how much forage is being eaten, how much is being trampled, and how much is being left standing. And so, Corey, if you just want to give them a look here at today's and yesterday's. So this is something that's reevaluated on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis, and how much impact we want to on the land depends on what's there when we are grazing to start with, what's there before the sheep get there, and what time of year it is. This is the third pass across this land for this calendar year. So the first two times we were moving them really quickly, and we just wanted them to take the tops off of what was there and keep on moving so that we could keep the grass in a highly vegetative, fast-growing, high-energy state as long as possible. Now we're getting into the time of year where there's more volume of grass and the grass is more mature. We're moving into the dry, hot season, so we want to have a lot more impact in terms of mashing down a lot of the grass to make a blanket of litter over top the soil. And so the idea behind that is we want to protect our ground from the coming drought season. We want to have enough forage pressed to the ground that it's going to both block the sun from the soil and it's going to help retain moisture so that this grass will make it through the dry season a lot better than it would if we just took everything down close to the ground or if we just mowed it off. So we're fairly happy with where we're at with this amount of impact. Again, it's a daily judgment call, and it's something that we have changed our viewpoints as we've done this over the last 5 years. Each year's been a little bit different. You know, it's all about your powers of observation and based on your experience and your study. And so hopefully we get better at this as we go along. But I think we can be really pleased with where we're at right now this year. To walk up here, Corey, and show them a closer view of today's grass. The amount of volume of forage that's in this field, considering that we are now the second week in June?
Yep.
And this is the third grazing of this ground for this calendar year. I just don't think there's a lot of places, at least around here, that you can go and see herbivores grazing on this kind of volume of grass that they've already been on that field 2 times previous this year. That's atypical, for sure.
I'm 5'5", and most of this grass comes about to my armpits, if that gives you any kind of idea how tall it is.
The other thing that we're noticing here is an explosion of forage species diversity. You know, this was just yard grass relatively recently. You know, 5 years ago, this was just our yard, and we started grazing it when we got sheep, and we've done a wide variety of management situations on this ground in that 5 years, some better than others, but it's clearly improving as we go along. Yeah, so that's really about it. I just wanted to give you a picture of where we're at in our grazing and what we're trying to accomplish.